In 1949, after more than a century of foreign domination, civil war, and humiliation, China declared the birth of a new state, the People's Republic of China. For decades, China had endured imperial pressure from global powers, from the Opium Wars to foreign concessions carved into its territory. What was once one of the world's greatest civilizations had been reduced to political fragmentation and economic collapse. But in October 1949, under the leadership of Mao Zedong, Beijing announced a turning point in history. Few believed this new communist state would survive. Fewer believed it would rise. And almost no one could have predicted that within a few generations, China would become the world's second-largest economy, challenging the very superpower that shaped the modern global order, the United States. The real question is not how China survived. The real question is, can China replace the United States? If global power in the 21st century is defined by economics, then China's rise is not theoretical, it is measurable. Over the past 4 decades, China transformed itself into the world's manufacturing engine. From electronics to steel, from rare earth minerals to consumer goods, the label "Made in China" became embedded in global supply chains. Today, China produces more than any other nation on Earth. It is not just a factory, it is a system, vertically integrated, state-supported, and strategically directed. But manufacturing was only the first phase. The second phase was expansion. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, Beijing launched one of the most ambitious infrastructure strategies in modern history. Ports in Africa, railways in Central Asia, energy corridors across the Middle East. This was not charity, it was leverage. Infrastructure builds dependence. Dependence builds influence. While Washington relied on military alliances and financial institutions, Beijing built roads, ports, and digital networks. Yet one obstacle remains at the heart of global power: the dollar. For over 80 years, the United States has benefited from dollar dominance. Global trade, energy markets, sovereign reserves, all priced in US currency. This financial architecture gives Washington extraordinary leverage: sanctions, liquidity control, global banking influence. China understands this. That is why Beijing has pushed for yuan-based trade settlements, bilateral currency swaps, and alternative financial systems. The objective is clear: reduce dependency on the dollar system without triggering direct confrontation. And then there is technology. China is no longer just assembling products designed elsewhere. It is competing in artificial intelligence, 5G infrastructure, semiconductor development, and electric vehicles. Massive state-backed investment has accelerated domestic innovation at a scale few democracies can replicate quickly. But economic size alone does not equal economic supremacy. The question is not whether China is powerful. The question is whether this economic model is sustainable, and whether it can surpass a system that has dominated global finance for nearly a century. Economic power creates influence. Military power protects it. For decades, China followed Deng Xiaoping's doctrine: hide your strength, bide your time. That era is over. Under Xi Jinping, China has accelerated one of the most rapid military modernizations in modern history. The most visible front line is the South China Sea, a strategic waterway through which trillions of dollars in global trade pass every year. Beijing has transformed reefs into fortified artificial islands, complete with runways, radar systems, and missile platforms. Control the sea lanes, and you influence global commerce. But the real flashpoint is Taiwan. The government in Beijing considers Taiwan a breakaway province. Washington considers its security strategically vital. A conflict over Taiwan would not be regional. It would redefine the global order. Meanwhile, China's naval expansion tells a clear story. Shipyards across the country are producing destroyers, submarines, and aircraft carriers at remarkable speed. In terms of sheer fleet size, China's navy now rivals, and in some measures surpasses, that of the United States. But numbers alone do not determine dominance. The next battlefield is digital. Artificial intelligence, cyber warfare capabilities, autonomous drones, satellite disruption systems. These are the tools of 21st century conflict. China has invested heavily in AI-driven military integration, seeking to merge civilian technological advances directly into defense systems. The objective is not simply parity, it is deterrence. China does not need to defeat the United States militarily. It needs to make the cost of confrontation unthinkable. And that changes the strategic balance of power. Economic and military might are visible, but the real secret of China's rise lies in its system. At the center is Xi Jinping, a leader consolidating authority unlike any Western counterpart. In China, the Communist Party of China does not just govern, it directs the economy, society, technology, and foreign policy as a single coordinated machine. This is long-term strategy in action. While democracies debate, legislate, and adjust policies every election cycle, Beijing sets 5-year plans that span decades. Infrastructure, technology, defense, finance, all are aligned under a single vision. So, after decades of transformation, the question arises, can China truly replace the United States? Some argue yes. China has economic scale, military modernization, and a system capable of executing decades-long strategies. It is a competitor that cannot be ignored. But there are challenges. Demographics, an aging population and shrinking workforce could slow growth. Debt, local governments and corporations carry enormous financial liabilities. Social control, a rigid system can stifle innovation and create internal instability. Global pushback, alliances, trade tensions, and strategic containment still favor Washington. China's rise is extraordinary, but it is not guaranteed. The question is not only what China can do, but whether the global system will allow it. Ultimately, power is not only about size, weapons, or money. It is about sustainability, resilience, and influence over decades, generations, and even centuries. And that brings us back to the ultimate question. Can China replace the United States?